Join the reindeer games. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, they came after you.
Hi guys, what's up? It's Summer. Welcome or perhaps welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever, but it's been a little bit hard for me to juggle so much. So I'm super excited about this video. Hopefully it's not too late. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Christmas books that I want to read / like holiday book romance type of thing. So I'm really excited. So let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so the first book I have here is Window Shopping, and this is by Tessa Bailey, and I'm pretty sure you guys already know, if you've heard anything about Tessa Bailey, this is going to have extreme type of smut, like extreme. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume. So this is about a girl, I think her name's Stella, and she's walking past like a window display, and she's talking about how she doesn't really like how the window display looks and things that she doesn't like about it. And this guy asked her what would she change about it, like what would she change if she could change something about it. But little does she know he's like the manager, or he's someone of some importance. And he ends up like hiring her. They end up like working together somehow. And I think she's also just gotten out of a type of situationship, relationship type of thing too. So she has some stuff going on, and a relationship ensues, or something ensues. All right, so the next book I have here is Blame It on the Mistletoe. So these are about two characters. This book is about two characters. I know one of them is like a social media star, and they want like more followers on Instagram, or more followers on whatever they're doing. And the other character is, we used to love Christmas but no longer enjoys Christmas. I think it's like Holly that no longer enjoys Christmas anymore. Because of the mortifying experience that she had finding her ex cheat on her. So they think that maybe if they switch lives, how will things unfold? So next book I have is Wrapped Up in You, and I really like to have physical books, but this is probably the only book that I will be showing on the screen that I actually am going to have to literally read on the screen, and I do not like that. I am a huge physical book person. But I'm still gonna read this actually. So this is about Will and Abby, and they end up getting stuck at like Grandma Farrell's house, or not Grandma Farrell's house, that sounds like incest, someone's house. They end up getting stuck in someone's house, and Abby has never found anything special about Will besides the fact that he has money and the fact that he looks nice, but they get stuck together and they have to kind of figure it out and deal with each other. Okay, so the next book is The Holiday X-Files, and so this is about a woman who caught her husband with another woman during Christmas, or not during Christmas, but around Christmas, something of that sort. So they end up getting a divorce, and so now she is very bitter about Christmas. She actually owns a business that's called The X-Files, I believe, and she helps to detach like someone's face out of a photo and make it look nice. So that way, you know, if you need to take that man out of the photo and you just want yourself, or you just want whoever, you can do that. So she really is super bitter about Christmas. And I think his name is Noah, which is her ex-husband's best friend. He comes along and he's so convinced that he's gonna get her to believe in the Christmas spirit again, and something might happen. Next is 8 Days of Christmas. This is called like a second chance romance. This is about a girl named Isabella who left her town of Colorado, or her home state of Colorado, and she just up and left because of a lot of things that were going on, and she went to New York. But now she has to come back. When she comes back to her town, she then has to explain everything, because she literally just up and left to New York, didn't tell anyone what was going on. So around Christmas time, she's coming back. She finds that her sister's fiance is the brother of her high school sweetheart. So he's there too. So he's there too with the family traditions, and no one knows, including him, why she left, and he's very heartbroken about that. So then they get to talk and all of that, but then I think that her ex comes back, like another guy comes back into the situation. So that looks messy. So next is a season for second chances. This is about a woman named Annie, I believe, and she's been married for 26 years and it unexpectedly comes to an end. She has a restaurant business, but that's doing just fine. Her kids are all grown and they're doing just fine. So she gets a job. I think she gets like a random job just to like feel needed, and I think that also is just going good without her. So she decides that she wants to start a new life, do something different. So she moves and everyone's like super welcoming to her. Her new neighbors are super welcoming to her. And I believe the guy that she meets is like her neighbor or something of that sort in this new place that she moves. And he is so convinced to help her become like better in Christmas spirit. Then we have Faking Under the Mistletoe. So this is about a girl named Olivia. She's very much so always in the Christmas spirit. Sweaters, anything, always in the Christmas spirit. And her boss is not. And so clearly she works with someone that's not in the Christmas spirit. He's also going through some stuff with his ex-girlfriend. They go to some type of something that goes on where they're under a mistletoe, and he wants Olivia to kiss him in order to make his ex-girlfriend jealous, and she's with it. She's 100% with it, and she's also with trying to make sure that he becomes in the Christmas spirit. But then they even take it a step further where they decide to actually start fake dating. Next is A Cross Country Christmas. So this is about Lauren and Will, and basically Lauren and Will are going practically the same place. So Will offers to take Lauren to the same city that he's basically going to, since he's going there as well back for Christmas. And it ends up kind of being like a road trip type of book, and she used to literally be in love with him. I think it's actually like her brother's best friend or something of that sort. And something happened where she just completely started to hate him, but she doesn't tell him why. Like, he has no idea. And he starts to make the road trip kind of like fun. So he's making like all these stops. She's becoming more annoyed because she's like, I just want to get there. And so they end up having to talk things through, I'm assuming, throughout the road trip. And so we see why this romance ensues. Along the way, they are going to be in the Christmas spirit, or getting into the Christmas spirit. Next is a Holly Jolly Diwali. And this is by Sonia Laley, who I've noticed a lot of her books that I've been reading are kind of around the same premises. So this one's kind of a little bit different, so I'm really excited. This is about a girl, I believe she's a woman, she's in like her 30-ish, and she's always made decisions, like very practical decisions, typically pertaining to like her family and what they want. And then something happens with her job where it's making her really think about like the decisions that she's made in life and decisions that she has not taken. And her friend is actually getting married in India, so she decides to go on this trip. While she's on this trip, she meets this guy and a romance ensues. Next is The Afterlife of Holly Chase. So basically this is kind of like, I kind of even want to say it's like a form of like a retelling, but this girl is like a ghost of Christmas past. And because of her experiences, she's became a ghost of Christmas past. She gets assigned to someone every year who is not in the Christmas spirit. And her one assignment, she goes out to do her job, do what she has to do, and she ends up actually having something for him and actually falling for him. And so it's kind of actually interesting because she is a Christmas spirit. So next is So This Is Christmas, and this is about a girl named Finlay, and she is so smart that she ends up being able to get into this prestigious boarding school, I'm assuming, and she's really having such a hard time with it, and so she's very excited to be able to go back home. And apparently like this, her hometown is like literally called Christmas. It's like a very exciting festive type of thing for her hometown. And I think this book is also based with like an inn, and I love books with like inns and stuff like that for festive stuff. But along the way, she is like with her arch nemesis. He follows her there because he's heard how like magical and nice like the town that she's from is, and so they actually end up being able to like have a conversation and do a lot of fun festive Christmas things, and just she gets to show him around since he was the one very excited to be able to be there, and some type of relation may occur. Next is No Ordinary Christmas. I saw this had a lot of reviews and I've actually never heard of it before, but I'm really excited about it. So this is about this movie star that comes into this librarian's town named Lucy, and he's making like a film there, and everyone's like super excited. The whole town is so happy that he's there because he's like a Hollywood star. Everyone except for Lucy, because Lucy actually was with him in some type of way and he broke her heart. But she is a librarian and her library really needs the money, and he is willing to like film or shoot something that's like on site where they would be able to get the money for it. So she might have to settle things with him in order for them to be able to get money, and of course it's very Christmas festive. Next is Duke Actually. So I'm pretty sure this is like a form of like a series in a way. I think that they can both stand alone as a standalone, but this is just like the second book of it. So this is about a Duke, clearly from the title. He meets this girl, I think her name is Danny. So Danny's been through so much. I think she actually just got out of a marriage or some type of a relationship. And so her very last thing ever to do is to focus on guys because the relationship completely ruined her. And so clearly the Duke is trying to find someone in order to get married, but obviously can't be with just like a random like commoner. And so they start off as just being friends. She's not very like impressed by the fact that, you know, he has like this royalty status, and I think he actually really likes that. And so they kind of have to figure out what they're gonna do because something sparks up and he can't be with a commoner, or he's not supposed to, you know, like marry a commoner. And she of course does not want to be with a man again after everything that she has been put through. Then we have The Holiday Switch. So I'm pretty sure all of you have been hearing about this book. So this is about a girl, I think her name's like Lila, and she's like actually like a book vlogger, but she's like a secret book vlogger. She starts to work at this shop in her town during Christmas break, and she needs all the hours that she can get because she's trying to save up money for college. But the owner's grandson comes in and he starts taking up all of her hours, and of course that like really upsets her. I think this is based around like an inn, like a Christmassy type of inn thing. And the last two books I have are kind of a different type of genre type thing. They're for sure not really like romances. They're kind of different, but they're also kind of nice to read around the holiday time. I have Castle in the Clouds that I begged and begged and begged my library to please get. They actually put a note on it. It was like, please take good care of this because we went through so many other libraries to be able to get this for you. This book is about a girl named Sophie, I believe, and she works at this like grand like hotel inn, and she's having to deal with all of this stuff with like working and how people are treating her, and there's some secrets happening, and some people are not who they say they are. They are not who they say they are. And so this just like involves like a lot of like icy type of appearances and stuff. I think there's actually even like a winter ball or something of that sort. So, and just look at the cover, like come on, The very last book I have is Girls Made of Snow and Glass, and this is actually a Snow White retelling, and I just know that this is of course a form of a fantasy, but I just know that this has a lot of like icy type stuff involved, which is giving me like very like December-ish, January type of vibes. And it's a Snow White retelling, like come on. I also have some like picture Christmas books that I'll probably be making a video about as well if I can get it up fast enough. So for those of you that would like to see things of that sort for like kids or just in general, if you do read picture books, be sure to follow me on my Goodreads and also my Bookstagram. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a big thumbs uppy, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.